Hi everybody, it's Richard here again and welcome to another video. This is actually a follow-up to a video I put up last week where I showed 10 songs that were over 10 minutes long. This time I thought I'd go and do the opposite end of the spectrum and go for 22 under 2. So I'm going to show 22 songs that are actually under 2 minutes long. When I first thought of this, I thought of this actually at the start of the week. I thought I'll never get more than 5, but I actually had to cut it down to 22 at about 25 or 26 or so. So, well, let's get started. The first one up at clocking in. First of all, I will say I'm going to start off with the longest and then go down to the shortest. So the last one I show will be the shortest song. So the first one clocking in at 1 minute and 58 seconds, and it's from the TRex album from 1970, and it's Damon, Meadows, which is an absolutely beautiful song with gorgeous strings arranged by Tony Visconti. Great song. Could it have been a single? I think it actually could have been, maybe as a double A side, but it is absolutely beautiful. Mark Bolan's vocals are beautiful, they're not warbly or anything. It's just a very, very well presented and played song. So that's Damon Meadows at 1 minute and 58. Also at 1 minute and 58, we have the opener to Elvis Costello's This Year's Model, and it is No Action, which the keyboards hit you like a ton of bricks. It's absolutely fantastic. It's possibly my favourite song off this. It's a real energetic number. 1 minute 58. Brilliant. The third choice, this is Nick Lowe. Now this is an import single, Heart of the City, but the B-side of this is I Don't Want the Night to End, which clocks in at 1 minute and 57. It was also the B-side of the British single Halfway to Paradise. It should have been the A-side. It's a real great punchy little new wave number that goes at the speed of sound. Absolutely fantastic song. Then at 1 minute 52 we have from this album The Clash and its Career Opportunities, and this opens up side 2. Now this is the UK version of this, released in 77, not the 79 compilation, which has a similar but slightly different cover. Yeah, brilliant song, one of the best on the album. 1 minute and 52. I really preferred Ginny Jones. I wanted to put it in, but it just goes, I think, 2 minutes and 2, so Career Opportunity gets it. So that is my fourth choice. Also at 1 minute and 52 we have The Jam, But I'm Different Now from Sound Effects. Another great song. It's the third song of side 1, and it's a real power poppy number. Brilliant song from a brilliant album. I must say I'm not going to show any singles here because I think it's cheating. There's quite a few 50s A-sides that clock under 2 minutes as the same does early 60s singles. But I am going to show a few B-sides, and the first B-side to come up at 1 minute and 50 seconds is the B-side of Elton John's Saturday Night's Alright for Fighting, and it's a song called Jack Rabbit, which is a great little, how would I put it, it's a little hillbilly number. It wasn't featured on any of the albums, and it's actually one of 2 songs in the B-side here. The other one is Whenever You're Ready We'll Go Steady Again. It's a fantastic little song. You can get this as a bonus track on the Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player CD. And another B-side, and this was actually the first song I thought of when I was going to do this video. Excuse me. And it's the B-side of William, It Was Really Nothing by the Smiths, and it's the most gorgeous song called Please 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 Let Me Get What I Want. It also features on the Hatful of Hollow LP, and it comes in at 1 minute 50 also. Great song, beautiful mandolin at the end. Well, I'm assuming it's the mandolin. If it's a guitar, he does wonders with the guitar because it does sound like a mandolin. So that's the Smiths. Please, please, please let me get what I want, from the William single. I think I must be getting a cold. I'm very hoarse. Okay, the eighth song, and this is from Bob Dylan's Free Wheeling album, and this is Oxford Town. Very catchy little number with a big message. It's all about racism, colour of one's skin, and the way some of the black people were being treated. It's just a fantastic little song, and it clocks in, as I say, at 1 minute and 50. The ninth choice is from the Beach Boys, Surfing in the USA, Surfing USA album, sorry, and the song in question is Farmer's Daughter, which clocks in at 1:49. This was also covered by Fleetwood Mac, and it was put on their live album from 1980. It was a studio version. That album actually had about 3 different studio songs added, one from each of the 3 songwriters. Lindsay's song, even though it's a group effort, it was a cover of Farmer's Daughter, which I think is brilliant, and the melodies and the harmonies, I mean, are absolutely wonderful, but they all are on Beach Boys records. So that's Farmer's Daughter at 1 minute 49. Also at 1 minute 49, and we have the Undertones and She's a Runaround, one of the highlights of this fantastic album. I would love to have included Here Comes the Summer, but it's a single. But She's a Runaround, catchy as hell, from one of the greatest debut albums ever. And I know Rob Walker put this album in his top 20 of 1979 albums. So that's She's a Runaround from the Undertones. The 11th choice at 1 minute 49 also is the closing track of Bridge Over Troubled Water, and that is a Song for the Asking, which is a beautiful Paul Simon song. Yeah, it's great. It's the applause of Bye Bye Love fades out into Song for the Asking, and it's absolutely wonderful. Great little song. This album, I just can't speak highly enough about it. It's just wonderful. So, Song for the Asking at 1 minute 49. The 12th choice is from Brian Ferry, and it's River of Salt, and this clocks in at 1 minute and 48. It's the second song off the album. Apart from A Hard Rain's Gonna Fall, Don't Worry Baby, and the gorgeous These Foolish Things, it's my favourite off this, so it's my 4th favourite off this album. Very, very short, but very, very effective, from 1973. This is a full covers album, so it was written by Brown and Zachary. I don't know who they are. So River of Salt at 1:48. Of course, we have to have the Beatles, and the one I'm picking is from Beatles for Sale, and it's I'll Follow the Sun. It's a Lennon McCartney, really Paul McCartney song, and it clocks in at 1:46, and it is absolutely beautiful again. I think it was actually written before the Beatles' heyday, so it was an old song, but it's wonderful. I'll Follow the Sun, one of my favourites from the Beatles for Sale album. At 1 minute and 45, and again I'm showing these guys, and it's Young Lion, the last track from my favourite Vampire Weekend album, Modern Vampires of the City. It's my favourite album of the 21st century. It's beautiful. The piano tinkling is absolutely gorgeous. As I say, it only lasts 1:45, ends a perfect album. So Vampire Weekend's Modern Vampires of the City with Young Lion at 1:45. Okay, number 15, and we have from Queen's Sheer Heart Attack, we have Lily of the Valley, which was also the B-side of Now I'm Here. This segues in from Flick of the Wrist, but if you get the single, it's just the song on its own, but beautiful song, beautifully sung by Freddie. It's a little bit similar to Nevermore on the previous album, but I think Lily of the Valley is the better song. So Lily of the Valley at 1 minute and 45. Number 16, and the opening track from Cat Stevens' Teaser and the Firecat is The Wind, and it comes in at 1:42, and oh god, it is really, really good. I just love the way Cat Stevens sings, the way he drops his voice at the end of each line. He's got a real unique style of singing, and The Wind actually shows this. It really does highlight it. So it's a beautiful, beautiful song. Then it goes into Ruby Love, but on its own, The Wind is gorgeous. 17 at 1 minute 42 is the Kinks and The Money Go Round, which is a little tale of the corruption of the music industry, where the songwriter gets next to nothing, where all these other leeches are feeding off him. It's a great number. There's a great little video for this as well. It's witty in the way it's presented, but it is quite a serious subject. So The Money Go Round from, I can never get this title, Lowe versus Power Man and The Money Go Round. Fantastic album from 1970. Number 18, and we have Lou Reed's New York Telephone Conversation from Transformer, and it comes in at 1:31, and yeah, it's a witty little piano number. Whenever I first heard this album, it was the first song I sort of really hung on to. It is great. It's not the best on the album by far, but it did manage to get on the Best of Lou Reed is official 77 compilation. So New York Telephone Conversation at 1 minute and 31. Now this one here is the Ramones, All the Stuff and More. Now this is actually a reissue of their first two albums. I don't actually have copies of the first two albums. Well, this is their first two albums, but I don't have them in the original covers. And on the first album, clocking in at 1 minute and 30, is the awesome Judy Is a Punk from their debut album. It's the third song off the first side one of the first album. I absolutely love it. Morrissey does a really good live cover version of it as well. You sing your whole way through this. I love it, even though I don't know half the words. So if you were to turn the music down while I was singing, I would be talking in some foreign language. You wouldn't know what it was, but I love it. It just races along great. I love the fact that Ramones have all these girls' name is so you've got Judy as a punk, Sheen as a punk rocker, Susie as a headbanger. I think it's really good stuff. Real good fun song. So Judy as a Punk at 1 minute and 30. Number 20, and we fall down to 1 minute and 13 seconds, and this is the Pretenders, and the song in question is Tequila from their Last of the Independents album from 1994. This was actually recorded a studio version around 84, 83, 84 in a longer form, but it never got released. And so a little live, I think this live was added to this album at only 1 minute and 13 seconds. It's a little country number and it is beautiful. So Tequila at 1 minute and 13. And number 21, and we go down to 1 minute dead, and we have Stiff Little Fingers and the song Here We Are Nowhere. This is really, really great. This goes at breakneck speed. Obviously over in a flash because it's 1 minute long, and it is one of the highlights of this album. It's a fantastic song. Here We Are Nowhere, 1 minute long from Inflammable Material. And the 22 at under 2, and clocking in at a whopping 43 seconds. It's the lovely Linda from the McCartney's first album, McCartney. I love it. It's the opener. It's only a little ditty, but I don't want. I hope they haven't. There's no extended version of this because I just think it would lose. It would lose something that's 43 seconds long, and that's all it needs to be, and it's beautiful. So that's 22 at under 2. 22 songs at under 2 minutes. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope to have another video quite soon. All the best now. Bye bye.